Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Catch the Scalper's Muse. Sculptor's Muse. I just kind of said that on screen. Anyway, we're 24% into Jak And Daxter. So, this game, I've already talked about a little bit before, but hey, we're going to talk about it as we keep playing it. This is only the second playthrough, or the second set of parts. You know what I mean. I think. You know, that. Alright, search around. So yeah, we're on Misty Island. And we're gonna go back to... No. Let's see. Yeah, we do that. Hello. Okay. Cha! This is safe, right? It is safe, but you know, you don't exactly want to get caught up in it all the time. Oh, look, the muse.
Hey, I see the sculptor's muse.
Well, do you now? Anyway. Alright. This is... Yeah, it's one of those missions that kind of depends that if it's hard or not. I mean, like, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. You know. Come back here. Come back here. Ow. Okay, let's just go ahead and get those precursor orbs while we're here. Around this area. I mean, he goes around a circle, but you know. So yesterday, me and Corey actually got to play some more multiplayer yesterday. Because yesterday he actually got to have time to yeah, do some multiplayer. So I don't know for sure, it may have already come out, but in case it comes out after this for some reason, we're releasing Sonic R. But again, it's probably gonna come out like way before this, so yeah. And look who caught it. It's adorable. Oh. Alright then. So yeah, this game right here is essentially the transition from Crash Bandicoot to okay, let me put it this way. This series is like a transition from Crash Bandicoot to Uncharted, or you know, the more sort of realistic things that Naughty Dog make today, which is like, you know, like the.
Cause I don't think we'll make it back.
Because at this point in time, The Last of Us 2, Part 2, or whatever they're calling it, has yet to be released, and I don't think it has an official release date just yet. But we are going to do this mission for, here in a bit, because it can be really annoying. But we're getting it over with, is where I'm getting at. Cha! That was actually kind of a guess. He kind of does it at random whenever he makes those noises. And... yeah, this is something like what Twin Sanity should have been. Which it sort of was. It was almost like it was trying to be. Yeah. Thought it was going to jump over me. But yeah, that's straight up out of like toxic, whatever it's called, toxic waste level on the original Crash. Like there's a couple rolling. It's kind of like those toxic barrel things where two roll, and then every third one is bouncy and can flatten you. But in this game, they just hurt you. That's all. Ow. But you know, at least in this game, you don't lose a life. You know, without having to have a mask. Niku mask. I don't know. You know.
I have to admit, I'm impressed. You two didn't screw up. Now that the lurkers can't open that silo, they can't flood the world with dark eco and cause untold destruction. Wipe that ridiculous grin off your face, Daxter. The two of you have plenty to do. Get on with it.
Anyway. Huh. Oh yeah. So at some point we'll be going down there and things will happen. Okay, I did break that. Anyway, straight up on top of it. And luckily those won't disappear because you kind of need them, so they're not going to disappear. But we're not going to do that right now because we want to do... Well, I don't want to, but let's do this. Get it over with. Yeah. Ow. As soon as we can get down there. But it's probably gonna put us back in. Uh-oh. Okay, it brought us back here, so we're good.
Let's plow into those balloon lurkers and shred them.
This is kind of funny. I mean, this is like the precursor to the vehicles in Jak 2. Anyway, I could have got those orbs, those eggs. They're eggs. They can call them orbs all they want. They're eggs. They just...
Shred the lurkers, Jak. Not the mines! Rule number 1, always avoid the mines!
I get that. Oh, it didn't actually kill him. There we go. That killed him. Ow. So yeah, this one was very much like Crash Bandicoot, just open world and very different in some areas. And Jak 2 was the transition from that to focusing more on, kind of focusing on platforming, but also on using guns and stuff. And the third one was like Jak 2, except it also had on wheel vehicles as well as these floaty vehicles. Of course, on Jak 2 you can actually float up in the air in a certain way, but you can also go on the ground and float. You're floating either way, but you know. Anyway, but yeah, Jak 3 had everything, just about everything Jak 2 had, except, but it also added the vehicles that have a little more weight to them, a little more. Well, you'll see when we get there sometime in the future. If I play Jak 3 in the future, we'll get frustrated, but trust me, Jak 2 is going to be a nightmare. I mean, it will be a nightmare. There's going to be no... I mean, there may be some parts that are going to be like, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought, but, you know, as many times as I said, it's going to be a long and hard, you know, long nightmare or something on here, on this channel. It usually ends up being, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, or it wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. No, on here? No, I mean on Jak 2? Yeah, there's going to be moments where I'm going to yell, probably. There's going to be probably a lot of fast-forwarding moments. There's going to be a lot of, like, probably cuts. Just telling you what's probably going to happen in the future. If I get to Jak 2, that's what's going to happen. Anyway. You know, I don't know why I got off that thing. I still have to kill these guys. And I don't know if there's anything else I have to get while I'm on this thing. other than the remaining lurkers. So let's try to get the lurkers. And the lurkers may or may not appear in the second game. They may or may not appear in Daxter on the PSP, which takes place between. Well, in a way, it's like it takes place between 2 and 3, but it's supposed to be because it's like a story told by Daxter. Like the part where Daxter's telling the story, that takes place between 2 and 3, Jak 2 and 3, but the game itself, the story he's telling, takes place after this game, but before, like between Jak 1 and Jak 2. So I know it's kind of confusing. Like it's funny because it starts out. I don't know if I'll ever get to that game in the future because I don't know if I'll ever have a PSP capture card. And well, you know, there's also the if I still go on with this channel in the future, but because you know, I mean, eventually I'm gonna have to stop doing this. There we go. But yeah, yeah. Eventually, I'm gonna have to. Eventually, I'm gonna go from Jak. I mean, if I ever play Daxter, you know. You gonna talk?
Good! You stopped all the mine-dropping lurkers. They've been threatening the waters around our village for weeks. Bring your zoomer back to the chance pad, and I'll teleport it back.
Okay. Get it back. Anyway. Oh yeah. Jak or Daxter. On PSP, like I said, I may or may not be able to play that in the future. Who knows? We'll see. But I mean, I'm still gonna play Jak 2 before Daxter. Jak 2 and 3 before Daxter. Jak X will most likely be a trial run and or multiplayer action thing, whatever we're calling it. Because Jak X is way too hard. I have still like I may have gotten past like a couple of missions or levels or whatever, but that game is way too hard. I mean, you know, Jak 2 is really hard in a lot of areas, but Jak X is They made it way too difficult to really make it worth trying to get through. Let's see. But yeah, yeah, Jak X. But yeah, Daxter. Now I might play through The Lost Frontier. I have that one. Well, that one's. I don't know how you compare the difficulty to this one. It's really not that hard. It might be it's either the easiest or the second easiest Jak and Daxter game. This one would probably be the, well, Daxter. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.